Are we starting? Hey, this is Community Service with Craig Conant, and I got my buddy Brian Monarch here.
Hi, guys.
I'm just happy right now.
What are you happy about?
The Laugh Factory posted more of my stand-up.
Dude, I need to get fired from a job so that these people... I'm not saying that's all the reason, but it is weird that it's turned into the Craig Conant channel all of a sudden.
Hey, thanks, Laugh Factory Hollywood. You are responsible for 35,000 of my followers, and
Probably
I appreciate
40
that.
by now.
Yeah, probably 40 as we speak. So thanks. And I just thought, so this is my buddy Brian Monarch. I met you, 4 or 5 years ago?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, we'll dig into Brian Monarch, but I just recently discovered we got to tell what happened about Christopher Lundgren over here.
Yeah, I walk in and I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. What's your name? He's like, Chris. It's his sound engineer for his podcast. And then and then Craig's like, yeah, it's Chris Lundgren. And I'm like, oh, like Dolph Lundgren? He's like, my name and last name isn't Lundgren. And these guys have known each other for almost a decade, and Craig had no idea what his real last name was.
I've been calling him Christopher Lundgren for 9, pushing on 10 years.
Something like that, yeah.
And I did not. His last name is Lund. Oh my God.
It's all there, and then you just added some on the
I think for the next 10 years, you should just call him Drago.
There you go.
Fucking Drago. I'll show you my phone and how I saved your phone number. I cannot believe I've gotten your last name. I get everything. Chris Lundgren.
Yeah, I just thought it was a running joke.
No.
I didn't really think you didn't know my last name.
It's not a joke. I genuinely... Why did I think that?
That's funny. I wonder if I have that with anybody. You know, like, hey, that's from a flyer I made.
It is. I had... the top and bottom was a bit much.
No, I know. I know it. It's like
yeah, it was
other
Eliza
people.
Schlesinger.
Yeah.
And it was the first time ever I was at the Hollywood Improv. You put me up there, so thank you.
Yeah, I was making some nice flyers back then.
You were. And then, actually, I just cut the top and bottom off maybe a week ago.
Huh.
And I wanted to make that my corkboard vision board. And there's going to be a lot of Debbie Downer, negative Nancy's out there. The vision board. Well, it's kind of only one thing on it, a cheeseburger and me. But I want to put, like, a theater gig with my name on it.
So your priorities in life are you, then cheeseburger.
Well, I just am lazy and I haven't finished the
Maybe
vision
get one of your
board.
girlfriend up there.
Yeah? Well,
Yeah.
she's right there by the
Yeah, there she
computer.
is. She's just not on the vision board.
Yeah.
That's cool.
She's close enough.
She's close enough. If she ever gets up to the vision board, you know things are serious.
Yeah. A minute in Monarch's going to get me in trouble. Why am I not on the vision board?
You got fucking cheeseburgers.
You got a fucking dollar burger M up there and not me. What the fuck? What if a burger ever touched your dick, huh?
You're like, you'd be surprised.
I fuck cheeseburgers all the time.
Fucking the cheeseburgers.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Boy, we got weird real quick.
Yeah, we're like, fuck it. Let's just go straight into it.
Straight into it. So, yeah, you popped a lot of my cherries.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Word up.
Speaking of fucking burgers, Monarch popped a lot of my cherries. And you popped my improv cherry,
Improv cherry
my main room cherry,
at the Comedy Store.
and my butthole.
Yeah, we did all three of those. I think it was all the same week.
Yeah, that was a good week. Now, just the first two. And so, yeah, that's fucking dope.
Yeah. And now we're doing the Laugh Factory later tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But you've done that before.
I've done that. Rob DeRocha popped my Laugh Factory cherry.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
That's cool. Maybe you'll have to get him on here.
I will.
Yeah.
He's got some pretty blue eyes.
Yeah.
The hell's wrong with that guy?
I don't know. Maybe you should have had him
What an
pop your
asshole.
butthole cherry.
Yeah, tonight we got Tiffany Haddish and Michael Rappaport and Dane Cook, and I'm excited to work with Tiffany. I've been on the same show as her. I've seen her perform many a times, and there's a reason for her success. She's fucking dope as fuck, and just
Yeah, she's real nice, too.
funny, glowing charisma and charm about her.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I would tell your audience that was Craig, but I'm sure they already know.
They already know. What else? Did we finish? Yeah, we finished the Lundgren bit, I guess. I'm still baffled how I mispronounced your name for a decade.
Well, he says something about me that I just let it happen.
Yeah, dude, tell me.
I
I
don't know.
literally found out
I thought it
20
was,
minutes
I'm in
ago.
on the joke.
And
He
then
knows my name.
I get everything wrong though. I asked for an Apple box. It's called Apple TV.
Right.
In my defense, it is a little box.
Mm-hmm.
And I dealt with Apple boxes at Trader Joe's for 11 years, so it just happens. All right.
All right. It's cool, dude.
Did you have a good Hanukkah?
I don't really celebrate Hanukkah. I did go up to my aunt's house, and they do like a dinner. So
You're a terrible Jew.
I am. I mean, I've eaten bacon and crabs and lobsters, and that's not kosher.
But not anymore. You're repenting for your sins. Is that how it works? I don't even know.
Yeah, I cheated on my diet on Christmas, actually.
Who cares?
Not me.
Yeah.
What about you? How was your holiday so far?
It was good. I went to my white side on Christmas Eve and went to my brown side Christmas morning, and I got everything I wanted minus a Wi-Fi extender because I mooch internet off my neighbor and producer right there.
That's cool. I'm glad you were able to get back over the border to do the podcast today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess your other relatives don't actually live in Mexico.
They actually do, but we don't go down there.
Oh, yeah?
It's to
what part of Mexico are they in?
Mexico City and Querétaro.
Oh, that's why you look so white. I know you're half, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in Mexico City look like they're like blonde hair and right?
Even my Mexican relatives in Mexico are light skin complexion.
Yeah. So that
The
makes
Spanish,
sense.
they came in and fucking did their dance, made my relatives and ancestors white, those bastards. Germans, there's a lot of Germans in Mexico too. I don't know what's that about, but there is.
Huh. I don't know.
I didn't do enough research, but Google it, fans. And we're hitting a lull. This is usually how I go. I just get
wait until you can't think of anything else to say, and then just sort of like you should have like a note card of like things you want to ask. And
You're right.
yeah,
You're right. I say that every time, and I don't do it every time.
all right.
Oh yeah. I mean, I should have had you prepare for this, but one thing I ask all my guests, and I should definitely do it in advance. But do you have any story of when you never had a drug problem?
Oh, I've had drug problems, buddy.
No, you haven't.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck were you?
I used
on?
to get strep throat when I was a kid. Like every month, I'd be on penicillin, like
geez.
hardcore penicillins.
Yeah, I did that too. Usually I ask, like, do you have a story of where you got too fucked up and arrested, or you whipped your dick out, and then somehow you came out the other end a better person?
I do have weird stories like that, but I don't think I came out a better person. I probably just got sick and threw up and, learned my lesson to some degree.
Nobody comes out better. What's going on in this world?
Well, I mean, I think that's like maybe when you have an addictive personality and you're really doing drugs, like you're going to find Jesus or get clean or whatever you do over there. But like, some people just have crazy nights.
Yeah.
I've had some crazy nights. One time I got in a rap battle at Westwood.
In Westwood.
The
whitest guy in the whitest city getting into
You
a
would
rap
think it's the
battle.
whitest city. Me and my two friends went. We were the only 3 white people there. It was like a weekend. It was called Mardi Gras. I know it's not the real Mardi Gras, but they had some sort of Mardi Gras at UCLA, and it was all black people all throughout Westwood. And I went down there, and I had never... This is when I first had my first major drink night. Like I was going to want me to tell you the story?
Yeah.
Okay, so my friend Dave and Steve, we get in the car and we go to a liquor store. We had these fake IDs that you get at like where you get, checks cashed or whatever. You know what I mean? Like those places, they'll just make you an ID. And like you could even pick the state. Like
I had one.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
They look like crap though, and it's
Yeah,
amazing that anyone would take it. But anyway, they did. I got one that said I was from Washington. And it said I was 21, and we went to this liquor store, and I'm like, I don't know what is what. I don't know what the difference between beer and wine. I didn't know anything about alcohol. So I saw peppermint schnapps. Right, exactly.
Gross.
But I looked at it, and I was like, you know what? That probably tastes like peppermint. Let's get that. I can deal with that. I don't know what this other crap is. Like, I know I tried a beer, and I didn't like that. I've had like 3 beers in my life. Can't stand beer. So we got peppermint schnapps. Dave was driving, so Steve and I both got a flask. You know those bottles that look like the size of a flask?
Yeah.
So we each got one of those, and we each got a Coca-Cola to wash it down, to chase it with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're going down the 405 to Westwood, and Dave's like, we both have like half a bottle left of schnapps, and he's like, I bet you guys can't finish it before we get off at Wilshire. And we're like, and we were just going over the hill by like the Getty and stuff, you know? And I'm like, oh yeah? And I drink it and I finish the whole thing. And then my friend Steve was like, I can't finish mine. And I'm like, chasing it with Coke. I go, I'll finish yours.
Oh no.
I finished his fucking peppermint schnapps too, dude. We get off the exit. You know, like the exit goes like that. And then I was just like seeing colors, dude. Like I was just like, I thought I was going to die of alcohol poisoning, but I didn't. And next thing I knew, I was so fucked up. We got there, got my ID still. We went into a bar first thing, and I go, this is how bad I was. I said, can I have some peppermint schnapps? I went to the bartender. I must have slurred so bad, I got peach schnapps. Like it was. So I'm like, this does not taste like what I've been drinking, and this is peach. It tasted like peach. So.
I can't believe he served you. You're underage, shit ID, can't talk, and you order peppermint schnapps. That's the first red flag right there.
That's three red flags in a row.
Anyone who orders peppermint schnapps, you're like, what are you, fucking the alien from Men in Black?
So next thing I know, we're outside, and these dudes are battle rapping each other. And I have one battle rap. It's 5 lines long, but it's really good. And you probably have heard it actually. And I just did it over and over and over. By the time I did it, I was like on the 5th time doing it with somebody new. Other people were saying it with me. Like they were like all doing my fucking rap. And I was just having a really good time doing that. And then all of a sudden we hear boom, boom, boom. We hear gun shots, dude.
Are you sure it wasn't firecrackers?
Let's put it this way. Put it this way. Everyone was running.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it wasn't like pop, 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 pop. It was just like boom, boom, boom. It sounded just like the right tempo to be a gun. And next thing I know, everyone's running. So I'm running with my 2 friends, and it just makes everything inside my stomach just like mix up and just Jesus. I was just like, oh my God. So I sit down by the front of like a store or something, and Dave's like, come on, we gotta go. I go, no, I'm not going any further. We gotta go. So I go a little further. Next thing I know, I'm lying on this grass, and he still reminds me of this. I had my hand on his leg, and he's like a bigger dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you have nice calves. And so we get up from there. Next thing I know, we're near the parking lot, which is all these steps that go down to this big parking lot. And that's where I puked everywhere, dude. I was like lying in my own puke with my leather jacket, and and this cop comes over and he's like, you got to tell your friend to get out of here, to my friend. And Dave was like, the cop said you got to go, dude. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere, dude. I can't think straight. Like finally they got me out of there. We're driving home, and I just remember I was such a pain in the ass. I'm like, dude, it's too fucking hot in this car. Turns on the AC. I'm like, dude, it's too cold in here. He turns on the heat. No, to my friend Dave on the way home. I go, dude, I need water. I need water right now. And like they pulled over. I drank out of a gas station hose. Like it was like I just needed things right when I needed them.
Good water. No.
It was pretty good. So, but yeah, I don't think...
You have nice friends.
I probably didn't drink for a pretty long time after that, but I don't think anything changed in my life per se. But that's one of my good...
Maybe that's...
Crazy
that
stories,
night was
I
why
guess.
you did not become a raging alcoholic.
Maybe, yeah.
That's why I love telling these stories, because you told that story and you made me remember stories of my own, but where I said you have good friends.
Yeah.
So me and my friends, we were just mischief fuck faces.
Mischief
you know,
fuck faces.
If you passed
M-double-Fs.
Yeah. Motherfucker. If you passed out, we do dicks on your face, and if you still were asleep, we just color them in. And then one time we just colored a dude's face black with big old Sharpie. That shit,
dude.
You know,
guys in their 20s
are the
we
worst.
We still have the juvenile thing going on, but we're starting to grow up. But we're still thinking of new ways to be mean as fuck for some reason. Like the insecurities that we have make us want to just be dicks to each other.
Dude, we duct taped this one guy's eyes shut. And the cops raided the party, and they're like waking him up. And when we all were watching from outside because we were dying, laughing, cracking up like laughing hyenas. And he gets up, he's like, and he gets up like a mum. He's like, I can't see. And the cop's like, there's tape on your eyes. Take it off. And he's peeling it off, crying, getting arrested. It was fantastic.
This is good because that just reminded me of some shit that I did. this is like probably the meanest thing I've ever done. And I don't even like talking about it, but I figure there's probably 7 people listening to this. So
1,000.
Oh, you got 1,000 people?
Yeah, and building.
And building. All right, fuck it. It's not that bad.
We
I
could
didn't,
bleep it out if it's
I
bad.
didn't jizz on someone when they were sleeping or anything like that.
You did to me.
I know, but we're friends. So we used to go to Disneyland when we were like in our 20s. We get passes for like, back then it was like $99 for the year. It was like, cheap as shit. And my friend Dave always loved to go to Tito's Tacos on the way to Disneyland.
I love Tito's
We would
Tacos.
take the 405 intentionally just so we can go to, instead of taking the 5.
If you guys don't know about Tito's Tacos, go to goddamn Tito Taco.
Maybe they could be your sponsor.
I doubt it. I don't think.
Imagine 1,000 people buying tacos.
They don't take debit. Do you think they're into podcast sponsorship?
It's
Cash
2019 almost, and they're not taking cards. Oh my God. So my friend Steve went to the bathroom, and I don't know. I think my friend Dave dared me to spit in Steve's taco.
Oh.
And I was eating a burrito. I know. I'm telling you.
I never did anything like that. I've done fucked up shit.
I'm glad the drug addict hasn't done anything as bad as I did.
Yeah, I never did that.
Ex-drug addict.
I peed on my friend's face once.
Oh,
That's worse.
Thank you. I never did anything like that.
You just made me remember.
Except for the time I pissed on my buddy.
Spit. You get the hell out.
So no, this is here's the shitty part. I mean, the grosser part. He was in the bathroom, and I just like, you like with your friends, you're like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and we used to have this thing where I'd be like, say I won't, and they'd be like, you won't, and I'd be like, oh okay.
No.
So I was eating burrito. I just remember this. My friend Mark and Dave were laughing their ass off because I had this red sticky spit consistency from the burrito. And I went like this, just like over his taco,
All right.
real slow.
All right, too much, too far.
And we told him too, and I'm like, why are we telling him? Like he is after he ate it, he is going to get such revenge on me, but I don't think he ever did.
Oh man, let's go. Let's talk about more pleasant stuff like pissing on my friend's
Yeah,
face.
pissing on your friend's face. That's much nicer. Was he sleeping?
Okay, so it kind of wasn't my fault. I was standing on like a little brick wall, but like like a 2-footer, pissing into the neighbor's yard, and he went to tackle me or push me from behind, and I turned around, and then I was elevated, and it went right in his face.
Oh,
And then so I mean I definitely didn't need to turn around, but it kind of was like my gut instinct, and I was shit-faced.
Yeah.
And also, like, if he wouldn't have ran to push me off the wall, I wouldn't have pissed on him.
right.
For every action, there is a reaction. And I still feel bad about this to this day, and it caused a rift in our friendship, and we haven't been as close since.
Maybe send him a message saying that you're sincerely
It was
sorry.
12 years ago. I'm going to
So
let
what?
sleeping dogs lie. What if
All
I
right.
bring it back, and he's like, oh, yeah, and he's
I'm
fucking
pretty sure he
stabs me
remembers.
in an
I'm pretty
alley.
sure he remembers being pissed on whether you bring it up or not. So maybe
I
just.
mean, it was just a little
It's
piss.
nice to go back and apologize for things that you fucked up on.
I'm sorry.
He's not. He's not one of the 1,000 listeners. He
could
doesn't even
be.
like you.
He does.
One time, my friends. It was the same two of the 3 friends that I was just talking about at the Tito's Tacos. It was Steve and Mark. We used to just fuck with each other all the time. My friend Steve was coming over to Mark's house, and we're like, I think Mark came up with the idea to like put some lotion in a condom and act like we're throwing a filled up condom at him. But here's the fucked up part. So we were fucking around. He's like, ah, and he fucking was just like, we were just like fooling around and threw it at him, and he was freaked out. Then he goes into the bathroom and finds a fucking real filled up fucking condom from Mark and his girlfriend. And we're like, wait. Like we got real serious on his.
We were like, no, ours is fake.
Yeah, right.
Ours
right.
is fake.
But I
Don't
think
do
he
it.
did start. I think he tried to throw it at us, but he missed.
Man, you're a good guest. You're just bringing back the memories. I was once wasted at a house party, and some girl left a bloody tampon in the trash can, and I picked it up by the string and was swinging it at everybody in the party, and they were like, "No!" They were like, "Get away!" And my buddy kicked me in the dick because I was trying to hit him with it.
Pulling out tampons, yes, right by the strings.
Oh man, these are a few of my favorite thing. But I still haven't. Okay, there's 2 different stories.
Two tampon stories?
2 more tampon stories.
2 more tampon stories?
No. When I said you have nice friends, they took care of you.
Right.
My buddies got shit face, and they both were pukies, And I've never puked in a house unless I was in my own bed and I was sleeping. I always made it to a balcony, a window, a trash. I dealt. So one of my buddies puked at another buddy's. I'm not gonna name names. I learned lessons. We had to bleep out names and shit. So he pukes on my buddy's couch, and we're fucking pissed. And it's his house, so we just grab the guy by his feet, pull him up. He's like comatose. He's done.
Right.
Pull him off the couch. He hits his head on the ground. Pull him out the front door. Hits his head on the little wooden latch. Then there's about 4, 5 porch steps or whatever. Just doom, doom, doom. Hit his head on every step and just threw him in the grass, face down though. We don't want him to die, and just left him outside. And he just woke up in the middle of the night, outside, cold.
What do you mean face down? Because you didn't want him to die. Like if his
you
face
put
was up.
somebody passed out face up, they could throw up in their sleep and choke on their own vomit and die.
Oh.
That's how a lot of people.
These are things that only ex-addicts know about. Like I would have been like, yeah, just throw him face up. Who cares? Make sure he can breathe right.
Yeah. And then another time, another kid. I'm going to name this motherfucker. I don't know why, but I am. His name was Muddit. And he puked in my buddy's living room all over the couch. And me and my buddy, the party was still going on.
Muddit?
I don't know.
Muddit?
Yeah. That's why I wanted to say his name, because it's an interesting, weird name.
I bet he's dead.
I hope not, because I'm going to feel like an asshole. I was about to say no, but I have no idea.
The whites only girl is dead. Did I ever tell you that?
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she died.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, Muddit puked in my buddy's house on the couch while the party was going on. Ruined the party. Puke stinks. We're mad, and he's passed out. We're trying to get him out. He won't wake up. So we grab him. I got his arms. My buddy gets his legs. And we open the sliding glass door, and we swing him like heave-ho back and forth, and we just fucking throw him into my buddy's porch, which is a bench press. That's all that's out there. And he just hits weights and iron poles, and we just hear, and then we shut the door. And then he said the next day, he's like, how'd I get outside? And we just told him, I was like, oh, we threw you into the bench press. He's like, you guys are assholes. I woke up and I thought I was going to freeze to death. I've never been so cold in all my life. This is winter. I know it's L.A., but, whatever. It still gets 45, 50 degrees.
Yeah.
And he's covered in puke and wet and probably piss. And then I was like, yeah, we threw you out. And he's like, that's fucked up. I was like, yeah, you puked on his couch. And he's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that's fucked up. And then... yeah, we're not friends anymore. And
maybe you
have
should
never been the
hit him
same.
up on Facebook and apologize.
Nah.
That's going to be the whole theme tonight. Maybe you should.
Nah, he's probably dead.
Yeah.
Call back, baby.
He's probably dead. What other stories? Oh, we went to Rosarito, and it was just me and my guy friends, and we were just, down there. And I don't like alcohol. I don't know what you, I only drink strawberry margaritas.
One strawberry margarita a year. Margarita, what am I?
Hey, buddy, I drink way more than one a year. Anyway, I was...
Okay, sorry. 4.
Back then, I didn't know about strawberry margaritas, but I tried to always drink like fruity drinks. Like I think the big one when I was this age was Blue Hawaiians. It was just blue crap mixed with a couple alcohols. Anyways, we went down to Rosarito, and there's this place called Papa's and Beer.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
I bought Coke upstairs.
You bought Coke upstairs.
Cocaine, not Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I didn't think you meant Coca-Cola. But I was there drinking Blue Hawaiians, and we were just drunk. And I remember 2 things happened. The first thing was my friend Steve again was there, and it's sand at Papa's and Beer. It's like you're at the beach. And my buddies are like, you won't tackle Steve. I'm like, yes, I will. He was coming towards us on the sand. I just fucking tackled his ass for no reason. And then when we were going back to our hotel, there was this taco stand, and the guy that was serving the tacos had like one eye that was like either dead or looking to the right. Like, what do you call that when it's like a floating eye? I guess it's a floating
lazy
eye.
eye.
Lazy eye.
I prefer cockeye.
That's good.
Yeah.
We had a coworker that was cockeye, and I could never tell who she was talking to.
Yeah. I have a question. Do both those eyes see? when they have that? Seriously, I don't know.
I think one sees, but I imagine it couldn't be as well as the other eye.
But then don't they see two different things at the same time? Like a
I just thought they had like a really wide field of view.
oh,
I have no idea. Let's ask the cockeye.
do you know any?
No. I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Let's text them after
I'll
the
text
show.
him. Hey, cockeye, can you see good?
No, we want detailed questions. What do you see?
What's your field of vision?
Hey, cockeye, who are you looking at? And can you see us both?
I wonder if they get dizzy because if I'm looking at your Apple monitor right now and your TV, like how could that be?
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it one
So,
bit.
anyways, the guy at the Mexican taco stand was cockeyed, and there was 2 platters of ceramic like pastries. Like they were really like total like authentic Mexican ceramic pastries, just like a sugar bun and like a croissant. I don't know what the fuck they were. I guess they don't know about croissants over there.
They do. It's called Mexican sweetbread.
Mexican sweetbread. That's what it was. And there was a pink icing one with sprinkles and stuff, and it was on this nice bowl. And there was one on this side of the taco stand and one on this side of the taco stand. And this guy that was cockeyed, the second he turned around to get our tacos, I snatched one and I put it below the thing.
Stealing from
I stole the. I don't.
Poverty-stricken Mexico.
Yeah.
Huh?
So
What a guy.
I figured we both have one,
Get out.
and it is still in my possession.
The sweetbread?
Yeah. It's not real bread. It was ceramic.
Oh.
It just looked like.
Well, took care of it at least.
I'm taking care of it. Just
Put
as
it in your garden.
restitution for my wrongdoings back in Rosarito. What'd you do in Rosarito? Just did cocaine and tried to get laid?
Bad thing. I bungee jumped over concrete, and that wasn't very safe.
But you did it and you survived.
Yeah, I survived. Here I am. Well, it was at Papa's and Beer, one of them. They had and if you bungee jump naked, it's free. And if you don't, it was like $30. And the girl before me did it naked, and I was like, "I'll do it naked." And as soon as I got out there, I was like, "I'm not doing it naked because of your balls."
What'd she look like? Like, should she have been doing it naked?
She was hot.
Okay.
And she was trying to cover up, and she took forever.
I mean, it's kind of hard to cover up when you're hanging from a rope naked.
Yeah, she was like this, like, ah. I was like, why'd you do it then? And then, I bungee jumped. I almost got arrested a couple times. Should we read? I asked the fans for stories.
You asked the fans for stories. Where, on Instagram?
Yeah.
And the fans shot you DMs with stories in them?
Emails. I put up my emails.
Oh.
And I got several stories, and my fans don't know how to write that good.
My fans don't know how to write that good.
Is that bad English?
I mean, I thought it would be... I'm not an English professor, but I would imagine it should be well. But... it's just funny that you're complaining about people's writing when you say that.
It sure is. Have you met Christopher Lundgren over here? Have you seen my Apple box? Yeah,
but they might both be legit, and I'm going to look like the idiot when this comes out to the smart people out there.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You're probably right.
I don't know / care.
Yeah, and they and their stories. I asked for stories where you come out a better person. And everybody's stories just kind of was anticlimactic, or they're just a monster. And I'm like, I don't want to share
You
that.
might get a voicemail situation going.
I did. I set up a Google Voice.
Yeah, tell them to send the stories there, and then maybe when you hear the story, it'll be more entertaining than reading it.
Yeah, I did put a Google Voice. Everybody chose to write me and not leave a long message, but maybe I'll switch to voicemail. And then, if the stories just keep coming in as mediocre, then maybe I'll just switch it to a shitting of the pants story.
How many stories did you get?
Maybe 8.
8 stories. Were any of them good? Like worth reading?
Not really. One guy misspelled Coke with cock, but added an E, and I just thought that was funny, and I wanted to read that.
COCKE?
Yeah. I was on
Cocky.
Coke. I was on cock Coke. I don't know.
So you don't have a story to read, but you just want to let me know that you were taking stories.
Yeah, I could read it. I don't know.
How long is it?
Fuck the story.
All right.
What's the email in case people want to...
communityservicepod@gmail.com.
All right.
You gave me this rock.
Yeah, I was in the green room with Craig and Bobby Lee at the Comedy Store in the main room, and Craig was showing Bobby his moonstone, his good luck moonstone. That is, your sister bought you? Who got you the original moonstone?
Yeah, my sister.
Yeah, so he puts out his hand just like that, like a flat palm up with the stone in it, and Bobby just smacks it in the air, and the thing just breaks. So
Shattered.
I went to the San Luis Obispo Comedy Festival, and they had this rock place, and I'm like, oh, they have moonstones. So I got Craig this moonstone to make up for.
I fucking love rocks. They're just pretty.
Yeah,
Crystals
so now
and
you
shit.
have something there.
Yeah. In Bobby's defense, he was a monster, and he did shatter my rainbow moonstone, and I was very upset.
He gave you the money that I paid him that
The
night.
moment he saw how upset I was, he gave me $100 and a date to open up for him on the road. But I still want my moonstone.
Well, don't try to get another date by showing him that moonstone.
Hey, here you go.
Every 6 months, look at my moonstone. All right, you can tour with me.
It gets me work. Yeah. That was really funny.
Yeah.
I chased it like in the movies. It hit and went out of, like I was chasing it down, and I just missed it. My moonstone.
I was trying to think if I had any other stories that had to do with authority. You know what I mean? Like where actually the cops got involved. This is kind of funny. I'll let you know what happened right now. There was this. We were at Castle Park. My dad would love to take us. My dad just loved to take us where we like to go when we were kids, and my dad knew that we loved video games, and there's a place called Castle Park. It's still in Sherman Oaks, right near the Galleria over there. There used to be one in North Hollywood also. That one's gone. That one had water slides too. It's gone now. But we were at one of the two. I think it was the North Hollywood one. So we were inside at the snack bar, and there were mustard packets for the hot dogs and ketchup packets, and I grabbed a mustard packet, and my little brother Matthew was with me. And I go, did you know that you see these little ridges here? You have to rip it to open it. There's no other way to open it. You can hit it with a hammer. You can stomp on it. Nothing can open these things. And he goes, oh, yeah, right. I go, you cannot open one of these without ripping it on those ridges. He goes, put it on the ground. I go, okay. All right. And I threw it on the ground. I go, let's see you break that. He runs back away from us. He gets a big running start. He jumps on the mustard packet, sprayed all over this lady's dress and the manager by the fucking snack stand. They pulled us to the back.
You asshole.
They pull us to the back, and my brother and me are just sitting in this back room we didn't even know existed, and the manager's in there, and he's like, you guys ever been to jail before? Like, he was just trying to scare us, And he's like, where's your dad? And my dad used to love to play Mappy. Remember that game? It's just it was made by Midway. It wasn't popular, but it was it was a cat and mouse game. But anyway, we're like, I think he's playing Mappy. So they go out and they find him at Mappy and they bring him back. He's like, what'd you kids do? And I'm like, I probably was like, Matt hit them with the mustard. And then he had to pay for their cleaning bill. But,
That's so funny.
Yeah. The only reason that came to mind is because I was thinking, I've never had anything with, cops. But I did get threatened to have cops once.
I didn't do it, and I don't remember who, but it was in high school, and they did the same thing that you did. But remember in high school you get the milk box?
Yeah, with the kind of like a juice box, but milk inside.
A little small quart, whatever. Anyways, in high school you're bored and you'll do anything for entertainment. So with the empty ones, you could stomp on it and make a big boom, like a fire.
Yeah, it would make like a pop. Yeah, I remember that. We used to.
So
do that.
everybody did that.
Yeah.
So some kid in my high school set one up for somebody to do.
I totally forgot about that.
And
It's one of those things you forget about till you hear it again. You're like,
Yeah.
I remember I used to pop those things. Yeah, go ahead.
It was a full chocolate milk.
Oh, there's
and
still
they
had shit in it.
bamboozled this motherfucker.
Got all
and
over
he
him.
Stomped on it, and milk went everywhere, all over him. And I don't remember what happened after that, but I know the kid was very upset. Was like, "What the fuck?" and all that shit. But
I used to love to get the onion bagels with the Philly cream cheese, the long tin tube.
Was it a thing at your school to put Flamin' Hot Cheetos on that shit?
I didn't do that. My friend used to get corn nuts and Funyuns and all that crap, but I would just get a coffee cake, which I loved from the school, man, with the crumbs on top.
Oh, so good.
And when they're warm, dude. And then I'd get an onion bagel and 2 chocolate milks. And I remember there was this girl that worked there, and I don't know what her deal was, but I remember one day she gave me way too much change back. And I'm like, oh, shit, this chick doesn't have any clue about math. And I just remember giving her like 27 cents the next day, and I still ordered the same thing I normally do. Like,
That's fantastic.
and then one time she did go, that's not enough. I go, all right. I like threw in another couple dimes. She's like, okay, it's still way lower than it should have been.
It's
fucked up.
Oh, wait. So you never ate the Flamin' Hot Cheetos on a plain bagel?
I've never had Flaming Hot Cheetos in my life to this day, so.
What?
I feel like they came out when I was older, and they do not seem appealing to me. I just feel like there's chemicals and bad things involved with Flaming Hot Cheetos.
For sure.
Yeah. So I was just like, I was sort of trying to be healthy.
Yeah, all right.
I know they're popular. I see them all over the place. They have Flaming Hot Cheetos.
They're absolutely probably terrible for your body and probably give you ulcers, but
yeah, I
they
think
are
you can
delicious.
light them on. I think you can light them on fire and they like ignite. Like I've seen things on YouTube where
you
it's
need to start a fire. They're good for that too.
Yep. So what else do you talk about on this thing? Comedy or?
I guess for sure stand up.
Yeah.
Talk stand up. I always try to include one shitting the pants story where you shit your pants on a date.
Oh, I have a story about where I.
Fantastic.
So I never really had sushi until I was in my 20s, and didn't really even. I don't think like all of a sudden things are everywhere. Like, oh, now there's poke bowls everywhere. Like, but like when you're a kid, you're like, I never heard
Saw
of a
that
poke
ever
bowl.
in my
Yeah,
life.
like things just pop up. Like sushi was like that for me. Like I never heard of sushi, and then I was like in my 20s, and it was just like, everywhere. Maybe it just became more popular then.
I think it did become more popular.
So this girl I was dating, she was like the only girlfriend I ever had that was older than me, actually. And we went to get sushi. And I remember I'm like, what would I like? Like I was a very picky eater back then. Like now I'll try shit, But back then I was like, I guess I like shrimp. Get me a sweet shrimp. And sweet shrimp was like this big, like liquidy, gross, slimy. I don't know. Maybe it was a bad one. But I ate this sweet shrimp. And I remember we were driving home, and we weren't dating that long yet, so I didn't want to be like, I have to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to give her the explicit details. But we were driving, and I remember I saw a restaurant. I had to say it. I was like, I got to go to the bathroom, like, right now. Like, it was about to, when you get to that point where it's just like, building up and percolating and just like you just got to get to the back.
Out of the way.
Yeah. And I remember I was working at Fry's Electronics at the time, and you had to wear a white shirt, like a white button-down shirt and tie. And after work, I would immediately untuck it, unbutton the buttons with the T-shirt underneath and, be a little more casual. And I get a parking spot. I run into this place called Chef Takeout or something. It's not even there anymore. It's in Granada Hills. And I remember I just walked as fast as I could to the back of this fucking restaurant. And I always put down the paper on the toilet.
I've never put down the paper.
Oh my God. I have never seen, let me tell you something real fast. I have never in my life, if I look carefully, seen a toilet bowl in a public bathroom that doesn't have piss droplets on it.
Oh, yeah.
Period.
Piss is sterile.
That's great. I don't want somebody's sterile piss on my ass. Why don't you put down the paper?
It's annoying. It's like,
oh my God. I hope your
I've probably
girlfriend
done
doesn't
it
listen to
once
this.
or
She's going to be like, she's going to make you shower every time she touches you from now on.
no, she loves me.
She loves me. She doesn't care about all the strangers' piss droplets on my ass. So anyway, you are a sick fuck. There was another guy I knew that never used the toilet covers either, and I was just like,
Sit
what
on
is
the
with
piss
you?
with
Yeah.
your jeans absorb it, and then you pull them down.
Just wipe it with a little
So you
paper
sit
towel.
down. What do you use them?
No.
You don't use them either?
Nope. This is my foolproof formula. I will spit on the toilet seat, wipe it with toilet paper, and then I'm just.
But
that's
you do
fine.
some sort of cleaning first.
I
see
wipe
droplets,
it off.
yeah.
No, you just
think
said
I'm
you
gonna-
sit with your
you think
jeans
I'm gonna
first.
Sit in wet piss.
You
The
just
jeans
said-
was a joke. I may have done that once or twice.
Okay, so
But-
so you see piss, you wipe it with the
wipe
toilet
it.
paper, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
sit down
Yeah.
like bare ass.
You do it with
Fucking
spit? That's
gross.
weird.
I spit on toilet seats a lot.
Why is that? Why is that?
I don't know why. It makes me feel better. Like
This whole conversation is making me not want to ever use a fucking public toilet again, unless I
Hey,
have to
I'm
stand
not
and
the
pee.
one pissing on it. I flipped the lid up like a civilized human being. So those other monsters pissing everywhere.
So
So back to your poopy.
yeah, so I went into the takeout place, whatever the fuck it was called, went to the back, rushed in this bathroom, and this is the one time I didn't give a fuck about the fucking paper toilet cover. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I just remember pulling down my pants and just as soon as the pants were just low enough by my thigh, it just like all over the toilet, all over the back of my fucking white shirt. Like all over the white shirt, dude. And I just remember thinking, I remember thinking, thank fucking God I had a t-shirt on. And I still remember thinking, like, everyone's going to notice I walked in with this white button-down shirt and walked out with a t-shirt. And I just threw it in the trash, covered in fucking diarrhea. Fucking took off with my t-shirt. I think my girlfriend was like, "Where'd your shirt go?"
Yeah. Oh man, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a true story right there.
That's a fabulous one.
Maybe I should tell it on fucking stage if it's that
Yeah. Well, the thing with poop stories,
yeah, it's hit or miss in the public.
it's hit or miss. I had to cut it back. I have too many fart jokes, and you got to do one or two max. If it's too much, it's too much. People go, enough.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Enough.
I don't have any bathroom jokes. I just have mostly sex jokes.
I used to do this one on stage. I kind of stopped, but I had real bad diarrhea in Las Vegas. I was with my mom and aunt and uncle and sisters, a bunch of Mexicans in Vegas. And we go straight to Ross Dress for Less because we don't have that Macy's money. You know, you got to get the cheap stuff.
Well, you are half Mexican.
Yep. And then I had that, that Dumb and Dumber, like, oh no, oh God. And I mean, I know I say disgusting things, but even I don't want to take a shit at Ross. Ross is not the kind of place you want to take a shit at.
By the way, I don't think Mexicans are all poor, just the long-haired ones.
just my family. And then so I rush to the bathroom. I make it, and I poop like a civilized, normal fucking human being. And I go to reach for toilet paper to wipe my ass like so many of us have and just like a normal, you just reach for toilet paper, and I go up into the thing, and I feel this squishy cloth, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? And it's tucked in there, and I start squeezing it. I'm like, this isn't toilet paper, and I pull it out, and some monster shit their red Tommy Hilfiger underwear
And shoved it up
and
there.
shoved it in the fucking toilet paper. And thank God I was just squeezing the outside, though. My fingers didn't dip in the fudge. But what kind of asshole shits their underwear and then fucking shoves it in the toilet paper dispenser? It's like fucking throw it in the trash can, in the toilet, slap it on the wall. You don't fucking bamboozle me. You don't get me like this. Now I'm sitting here with pink eye fingers. And then I'm stuck, though, because now I still have to wipe my ass. I can't.
Yeah.
So I just go, and I just threw it immediately, of course.
Washed your hands.
Washed my...
Although I don't know about you. You might have just left.
I washed my
I don't know,
hands.
Craig. Did you wash your hands?
Yes, just because I
What'd you do?
sat in a stranger's piss once
What do you
or
mean? You
twice.
like flush the toilet and put your hand in it? And, like,
Yes. Just washed my hands.
After this toilet seat fiasco, I think that's what you do. That reminds me of another story. Talking about disgusting things and Mexicans. I was at Magic Mountain once. This is a true story. And we were little kids, me and my brother. My dad put us on the Gold Rush. Have you been to Magic Mountain? Mm-hmm. So you've been on the Gold Rush? It's like the littlest.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's still there. Like it's the
I don't
smallest.
think it is, but I think I went on it as a kid.
Yeah, and it's like it's all at the very end. You go like this, in a circle. Like you go down like that.
Yeah.
And but there was these two Mexicans in front of us, and they thought it would be fucking hilarious to keep spitting into the air so it hit the people behind them, which was the two little fucking white kids.
How do you know they're Mexicans? What if they were El
I
Salvadorians?
I looked at them. They were definitely Mexicans.
Damn Salvies.
There are certain features on the face.
The Latino fucking... You're going to fucking lobby against this podcast.
No, you're right. It could have been someone in South America as well. I just, growing up in L.A., you sort of make racial assumptions, which is my bad. I was like 8, or 12.
So they kept spitting on people?
They were like, And the way they laughed, it sounded like a Mexican traditional.
Yeah, they're Mexican.
And we were kids. There was nothing we could do. There was nothing we could do. So I remember I was at a carnival once with my dad, just me and my dad, and there was this dude. This guy. Have you ever dealt with a carny?
Yeah, those are my people.
Yeah, he looked like you a little. He was like a long-haired dude, and he was like, there was this game where you like have like a bunch of pinballs, and like everyone shoots the ball, and like whoever's number goes fast. The higher the number you get, the more the horse goes to the right or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, so
I did that one.
no one was at this stand. There was a guy like you working behind, and I walked up. My dad was doing something, probably listening to Dixieland jazz or something, and I walked up, and all I did was go like this. I pulled the lever and made the ball go. And all of a sudden, the guy walks over and he goes, "If you shoot the ball again, I'll break your fucking arm." Yeah, that's what a carny is like, dude.
That's a pleasant man.
Yeah,
Teaching you
he
a
doesn't know
lesson.
if my dad is around. He doesn't give a fuck. That's how fucking stupid.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, people, man.
All right, no more racist and psycho stories. You're
He was
scaring me,
white.
Monarch. No, I know. The first one was Mexican, the racist, and that was a psycho story separate.
Just because they were Mexican, I guess because I
Goddamn
assumed they were Mexican. That's the racial part. But you confirmed that they were Mexican.
Me and my sister used to spit on people at amusement parks. But only
I guess
from-
it just runs in the genes.
Only from high up. Only from high up.
Oh,
so they
that-
couldn't track us down.
Yeah.
And we spit on this one poor bald guy's head. And it went splat.
Dude, I used to hide in my mom's.
We were 12.
I used to hide in my mom's bushes and throw fucking rocks at the cars that drove by.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I did that too.
and I took a big ass rock, I remember, and I just went, boom! It hit this car. He screeched his brakes on so fast, backed up, and I ran from my backyard so fucking fast, dude.
We me and my cousin used to hit golf balls into the park and just laugh. My sister would babysit us, meaning she would just not watch us.
Yeah.
We go to the front yard and she said, I of course remember this, but when my sister tells it, it's more funny because she's like, all I heard was whack. And then two fucking kids running in the house going, and just these sniffling idiots whacking golf balls in the park. When you do shit like that as a kid, you don't think about it. But as an adult, you're like, oh my God, I could kill someone. I could hit an old fucking guy in the head. I could hit a car and make them crash into another car. And, don't regret it. It was fun. No, I feel rotten. But you're a kid and you're dumb. Did I talk about the potato cannon yet?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we used to shoot potato cannon at the police.
I would have loved to have had one of those.
Oh, they're the best.
I remember my neighbor had a golf, what do you call it, a golf club, and he was hitting this can. And I don't know why I did this, but I went up to his house, and he loves Star Wars, I remember, but that has nothing to do with this story. But Danny Brooks, we can say his name. Trust me, he's not going to hear this. And he was hitting this golf club against this can. And I remember I didn't want to do it. I go, wait. And I put my foot in front of it, and it was too late. He hit my ankle so fucking hard with that golf club, dude. And I was just like, ah. And that was just a stupid thing I did when I was a kid.
You dingbat.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember what I want to talk about. So Christmas just passed, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, all of the shit. And Feliz Navidad. The fucking Christmas Story BB gun. Did you have a BB gun? You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah, I had a BB gun. My
Did
friend
you
Mark
almost
gave it to
shoot
me.
your eye
actually.
out? Did you shoot yourself?
Never shot myself. Oh, that does remind me of a funny story. I'll tell you after we talk about BB guns. My friend Mark used to shoot birds and shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
I shot a bird and I cried for a fucking week, and then
he used to
I
get
stopped.
cockroaches and put them in his bathtub and surround them with kerosene, like like a fucking circle around them and light it.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, he was a fucking crazy.
Yeah, I did that too.
I remember this. I don't know why this came to my mind because I guess because you were talking about guns. We were in the bathtub, me and my brother Matt, and my mom's like, "All right, you guys take a bath. I'm gonna go do some work." And we had a squirt gun, and we had these three. There was like a fixture above us. It was like heat lamps. Like you would turn that on, it would be like, and it would like make heat. But the lamps, they just produced heat. Like there was three in this circle thing, and I remember I was shooting the squirt gun at the lamp, and all of a sudden one of the 3 bulbs filled up with steam and just went. Poof. And I just remember thinking like, "Oh shit, we did something cool. Let's get the other 2."
Oh Jesus Christ!
My mom
blow
was
the house
so
up.
fucking pissed, dude.
Yeah, I didn't really burn cockroaches with kerosene, but I remember playing with hairspray and a lighter, and like I hated spiders. They scared me, so whenever there was one in my room, I was scared of them, so I would spray fire at them. And so I guess I did the same thing.
They always said like you better be careful, that flame could go in there and it will make the hairspray blow up.
I did throw a full spray paint can into a bonfire when I was drunk. And I said, "Everybody run." And then we all ran. And I mean, like a 30-foot diameter explosion happened. One guy got paint on his face a little bit, and it burned his face a little.
Holy crap.
Just a little bit, little specks.
Yeah,
Not
we
too
did
bad.
stupid shit. You should just call this stupid shit when we were little podcast.
Oh, I wanted to talk about the BB gun. So I watched that movie as a kid, as we all did, and you'll shoot your eye out, kid. And then
My dad used to love to use that excuse for everything. I'd be like, "Dad, can we stop at Fedco or
You'll shoot
Gemco?"
your eye out,
You'll shoot
kid.
your eye out, and he'd keep driving. "Can we stop at McDonald's on a Sunday?" You'll shoot your eye out.
And then, sure enough, my dad got me a BB gun, and he's like, "Don't shoot it straight at, shoot at angles at your target, because otherwise it could hit a wall or
A ricochet.
tree, and then you get ricochet."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Okay." And then 5 minutes later, I go outside and I shoot it straight at the brick wall. Had a 2-liter bottle with water. Hits the brick wall, comes right back and hits me under my eye, right on
my
my
God, you
cheek,
got
and I
lucky.
just go, "Oh!" I was like, "Jesus
God
Christ!"
was giving you a little warning there.
I was like, he was right. And then I probably did that 4 more times in my life.
That reminds me, dude, we're bouncing off each other really good here. My dad told me not to do something, and it totally 2 seconds later fucking turned 360 on me, or a 180, I guess. I was sitting in the kitchen, and my dad was barbecuing something outside, and he had like the Lowry's, seasoning salt, and he kept coming in and out of the house. And my brother was sick, Matthew, and I was eating a bag of marshmallows, and my dad said, "You can have some of these." He gives me the bag, but don't give Matthew any. And I go, "Okay." Literally, he walks out the door to go barbecue some more. I literally, as soon as he walked out, I gave Matthew a fucking marshmallow. 2 seconds later, he puked everywhere.
Why was he so allergic to marshmallows?
He wasn't allergic. He had the flu.
Oh.
I didn't think it would make him puke like that, though. Dude, it was just like perfectly architected so that my dad would say something, I would disobey, and I would have the consequences right after it happened.
I don't know what parents can do, because I was thinking, like, they told me not to do stuff.
And you're just in shock after it
I
happens.
just didn't, like, my dad gave me a knife, and he taught me how to use it properly. He is crazy but smart, And then as soon as he walks away, just cut directly into my body and cut my leg open. I was like, "Oh, that's why he said cut objects going away from your body, so you don't stab yourself."
Yeah.
Don't listen. Don't play with fire. Played with fire.
Wait, didn't
Don't
gasoline potato? That was his idea.
The one
wasn't
thing
it?
I did fucked up shit as a kid. You kill bugs and you shoot a bird, but I'm just glad I wasn't a Dexter, and I felt rotten about it, and I stopped. I feel bad about that still to this day, but you're just fucking a dumb kid, and somebody gave you a BB gun, so you're like, "Let's go shoot stuff."
Yeah.
It's the go-to option.
My dad used to use, like, he would always tell me, like, you can't use these, like, Mach 3 razors and shit. Like, he'd have, like, a straight razor.
Oh no.
Not like the kind you see in, like, the Westerns where it's like a knife, but it was like a cartridge blade, but it had, like, a straight razor in it.
Oh, Jesus.
And I remember when I was a
I don't
kid.
like where this is going.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just remember seeing it and was so curious about, like, what is this thing in my dad's bathroom sink? Like, I'm like, so I grab it, cut myself immediately. I start screaming, but then I felt bad because I didn't feel bad. I felt like I was going to get in trouble because they fell to the ground. So I had to pick them up. And I didn't know how to pick them up, and I was cutting myself more. It was a fucking nightmare, dude.
Basically, watch your kids, goddammit. Watch your goddamn kids. We are curious like cats, and we get into everything. And, yeah.
I had another story. I was just...
We should set up... I think society should set up, like, all the things that could go wrong, but lessen them. Like when you stick a fork in the electric socket, when you're a kid, you could die.
Right.
So let's set up like a low voltage one. Go ahead, do it. that's not going to kill them.
Bring your kids to like a obedience training center.
Yeah, so just so they learn like, oh, that hurts.
Put the fork in the holes, kid.
And then, so they don't die later. So they don't fucking pick up razors and shoot fucking BB guns at their own face, and
Oh, my friends and I used to have paint gun wars around our fucking houses, dude. Like around the city, drive-bys and shit.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Like we used to shoot each other, like at the gas station on Sepulveda and freaking Devonshire, like this main streets with cops could be going by. We're just like boom, 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 like shooting at each other like crazy idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to race our I had a 1985 Corolla. My friend had like a 1979 Dart and like a Dodge Colt, and like we had these shitty ass cars. We were racing on Mulholland, where the cliffs are.
Yeah.
In the fog, down to the mobile station. Like we were fucking crazy.
Sounds like a good time. No.
It was fun. Especially at the end when I cut my friend off and he popped his tire on the curb.
We just at that age, you just don't realize until literally there's always 2 to 6 kids that die during high school, and then you go, oh shit.
It's like Orny says.
Life is real.
It's your testosterone.
Like, don't do that. You can die, and literally.
Your T levels are high. You do stupid shit.
Dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove crazy on cliffs on mushrooms and was listening to Slayer and was having a blast, to be honest. But looking back, I'm like, that was bad.
You're like, I probably should have done the mushrooms and listened to Slayer in my room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
What are you going to do?
If you have kids, try not to let that happen.
Whew.
It's hard.
I know.
You're not with them all the time.
I just want to show them what's up. Be like, look, this is what happens when you try black tar heroin.
Did you ever try black tar heroin?
I just smoked it a couple times.
You smoked black tar heroin?
Yeah.
I'm just asking questions. I mean,
what time are we at, Black Tar?
You hit an hour.
We hit an hour.
Yeah.
That went quick.
Yeah.
Usually I ask that about 32 minutes. How much longer do we have?
You're like here for 3 minutes. What are we at?
So anything you want to plug? Or anything else you want to
I guess if anyone wants to follow me on Instagram, I'm at Brian Monarch, or Twitter, Brian Monarch.
I'll tag you and all that.
Okay, cool. And then you can see where I'm performing live at brianmonarch.com, and I'm at the Comedy Store every Saturday at 7 in the main room, and that's all I got going on, I think.
I feel like every episode of my podcast I have to clarify. Like, no, I don't condone this behavior. The whole point of this thing is to try to make people better, but it seems to just be glorifying monstrous behavior.
Like sitting on toilet seats with piss on them.
So, I don't know. Go find God, a Buddha, Allah, universe, atheist, or whatever, and don't do bad shit.
Are you religious
anymore.
now?
Not really. I mean, I believe in a bigger scheme of things, but I don't believe in any organized religion whatsoever.
Okay.
But I like to think that there is a God or a divine energy or some sort of some shit doing something. I don't believe in the traditional sense of,
Maybe we're in a simulation,
I could get down with that.
like a Matrix.
Hey, Matrix, can I have a bigger apartment?
When he was telling you how to do a podcast, he's like, "Yeah, just do it in a studio." You're like, "I got a studio apartment."
A studio apartment. Yeah, maybe I'll make this into a studio podcast and get a fucking bigger place. Anyhow, thank you, my fans, for tuning in. Thank you for sending in your stories. And I'm sorry I didn't read any of them, but maybe send better ones. No, I'm just kidding. I'll ask for shit stories.
Maybe you should ask.
Can't go wrong with that.
You should do a poll on Instagram later. See who uses the paper on the toilets. You know, you can do a poll now. You can like see what percentage of people use and don't use. I bet you it's over 80% use.
80% don't use. We live on the edge.
No.
So if you want herpes like Monarch, use the...
You're the one with the herpes.
I don't have herpes. I just got tested at Planned Parenthood.
They don't test for herpes. You have butt herpes from the fucking toilet seat.
No,
dude.
I don't.
Yeah,
Is that what those sores are?
Yeah.
I thought I had a rat. I thought I kept breaking out with poison oak.
I was wondering why they came back every 8 months.
I do not have herpes. Don't do bad shit. Do good shit. Go hug your mama and tell her you love her. Thank you for listening to Community Service Podcast. This is Craig Conant. Have a good evening.
He has herpes.
I do not.